morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome and thank you so very much for being here. As you know, I'm Kim Serafini, the founder, creator, and CEO of Positive Prime Technology. It is an honor, privilege, and pleasure to be here with all of you today. Thank you, 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 thank you for listening and being curious and really being committed to you taking control of your future and indeed your right now, this present moment, so that you feel like you really are magnificent and marvelous and magical, and you can indeed achieve all of the goals that you have, and you can enjoy the process. So you're here perhaps as a guest of one of our very precious and indeed powerful positive primers. Our positive primers, me included, and perhaps you too, we are all committed, really dedicated to being our very best and being in a state of flow where all of life is unfolding for us in a really gorgeous way. There's a lot of ease and grace and indeed speed. So in case you're brand new to this community, I thought that I'd do a couple of really high-level overviews for, what is Positive Prime? Well, it's really built from a merger of a range of psychological solutions and highly effective, clinically evaluated techniques. We have a methodology that really eliminates negative thinking and those patterns that are disempowering. And we replace all of it with a very healthy and happy, positive mindset and heart set, with this beautiful communion between our brains and our hearts, and indeed with our endocrine system. That's the part of us that hormonally is producing all that allows us to thrive and flourish. And so interestingly enough, there is so much profound and truly extraordinary scientific research that has been shared from the fields of neuroscience and positive psychology that we have been using in all of our product design. And I'm going to go through a little bit of that really quickly today as I show you which sessions. Now, there are a lot of people who have actually already sent in some little notes saying, hey, Kim, in this particular presentation, will you please cover X, Y, and Z? So that's what I'm going to do. We have so many new people pouring into our community, and I'd love to encourage you to spend some time in the Facebook groups and support one another, share really great resources with one another. So as you know, this is being recorded and being shared publicly, and we're very, 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 very grateful for all of the interaction and engagement and feedback we're receiving, and indeed for all of you who are sharing stories. So in the last month, we've heard some amazing stories. There have been young men who have had their first and their second hole-in-one at golf. There have been teachers who have used Positive Prime to calm the kiddies in their classrooms. And I could go on and on and on. I've used it lots of times to inspire myself, to make sure that I'm taking proactive action, to give me strength, to really help me actually become a little bit more serene and tranquil, to help me balance out my parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. There's so much going on here. So what you need to know is that we have actually created Positive Prime so that you can actually plant really fertile seeds in fertile ground in your super consciousness. And indeed, you can actually have your subconscious be in alignment with that. So I'm going to go through a couple of the really interesting features. Let me do some screen sharing, and we'll dive into showing you some of the new sessions, some of the most popular sessions, and I'll answer some questions that, come to us regularly, like, I really want financial freedom, but my financial history is really embarrassing, and I'm in a state or I'm in a situation that, quite frankly, scares me. And so we'll address that. I also have some beautiful clients who have been sharing with me that they're going through real relationship struggles. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. I indeed have actually been facing some pretty serious news about my autonomic nervous system dysfunction. And I've got some fantastic news. Get this, you ready? So most of you who don't know my whole story, I've had several very interesting episodes where I've gone completely unconscious over the last couple of years. And yes, absolutely, stress and trauma and abuse have been a part of it. And I am now permanently damaged. That's just a reality. It's a fact. I have a cardiac pacemaker in my chest. And in January, I went to the pacemaker clinic because I was feeling some really rather extraordinary symptoms. And they told me that my pacemaker was pacing me. The device was working for 56% of the time, which actually means it was working more than my heart. But that was down on where it had been a couple of months prior. Well, interestingly enough, last Friday, the pacemaker clinicians actually tested my device again and gave me a report, and I'm being paced now only 32% of the time. So that means that my heart is actually healing and that it is working beautifully, absolutely marvelously and magnificently for more than my device now. I believe that we can actually completely and wholly heal ourselves, given the right tools and techniques and conditions and so forth, the right environment. So what I want to encourage you to do is actually just watch a little bit more of a Positive Prime session every single day. There are a couple of things I want you to know about Positive Prime sessions. They're not movies and they're not videos. We have a proprietary player. It's our own incredibly disruptive innovation that is both accelerated learning and also accelerated change and transformation. So every single time you watch a magnificent slideshow, it's not a slideshow. It's actually very carefully curated images that adhere to really particular principles. Every single one of the photographs that you see, these spectacular images that are emotionally evocative, they're there for a reason, a scientifically validated reason as well. And you'll see a whole heap of words, and those words are carefully written as self-fulfilling prophecies. They're the very best advice and suggestions and wisdom shared with you. But interestingly enough, every single time you press play, the entire deck of flashcards, if you want to think of them like that, they reshuffle and the order changes. And that's so that we can actually get some new neural networks actually firing and some neuroplasticity occurring. And that means that you're actually going to get associative conditioning in your thinking, which makes you more resourceful and creative. Now, we know from the science that when you positively prime yourself, you're actually more likely to make a more accurate decision faster. So it behooves us to actually positively prime ourselves, particularly in this day and age. Most of us actually have relatively significant decisions to make each and every single day, even if it's quite frankly just related to something that we might consider mundane and just within our own family. We might not be the captains of industries or the CEOs of organizations or the lead coaches of, famous sporting team. It doesn't matter. Your decision making about the food that you're putting in your mouth, about the drink that you're consuming, your decisions about everything, your decisions about what you actually watch on Netflix, your decisions about whether you're going to continue scrolling and wasting a lot of time on social media. All of your decisions matter. Every single one of them matters. It what actually creates your life. Your decisions actually really and truly are very important. And so if you want to make more accurate decisions faster, you're best off being positively primed. When we think about positive priming and we upload our own photographs, we personalize each session, we're doing something that is really an act of self-love. It's a ritual because we're getting clear on who and what we're grateful for, what are our goals and our ambitions, what is it that we want to achieve and accomplish, and what are the outcomes and what does that look like, and what's going to represent success for us, or what's going to represent progress for us. See, we go and we take an incredible amount of time and energy, but it's really it's a focused exercise where we think about, we get clear about what is it that we truly desire. And you're worthy and deserving of everything that you want and need, just because you are you, and you being you is truly a miracle. And so when we upload photographs of ourselves in personalizing, which we'll go through a little bit, what's crazily fantastic is that you're now integrating you into the content, and your identity is wrapping around that content. And wherever there is a disconnect, I'll give you an example. Let's just say you would really like to be completely healed, 1000% healthy, and you're not yet. If you upload a lot of personal photographs, those that are meaningful and significant to you, perhaps into one of the sessions called nutritional nurturing or wellness, where you're not aligned, there is this spectacular concept. I love it. And it's cognitive dissonance, which means we wrestle with that which there's this discord, and we feel rather upset, and we are humans. And so we naturally and organically, automatically, we realign our thoughts and our behaviors so that we can be consistent with the content when our identity is engaged. In order for our identity to really be embedded in the content, it must be personalized with photographs that are meaningful and significant to you. So of your children, your pets, of your family members, of anything that's quite frankly going to stimulate you and draw you in. I'll give you a classic example. My father and mother gave me this absolutely precious, valuable, gorgeous, ancient nautilus shell that's actually fossilized. It's, I mean, seriously, it's breathtaking. It's awe-inspiring. Well, I took a photograph of that because it elicits from within me a reaction that's really healthy and empowering and supportive. And when I see that, it's a beautiful gift to me, and I'm very grateful for it. I'm appreciative of their thoughtfulness and their consideration. So if you've been given something that's really special to you, take a photograph of it, or it could be a painting, or it could be anything else in your home. It could in fact be you taking photographs of your home from the street. It could be you taking photographs of your favorite areas in your home. When you see photographs that are yours inside the content, seriously, you've just turned up the volume and you have amplified the effects and the affect of the content, and you will accelerate transformation and you will accelerate learning. And it is, I mean, it is actually quite stunning, absolutely stunning. So without further ado, let's dive in and let me do some screen sharing. I'm just going to show you a few things, okay? So, and I'm seeing some questions coming in, and I will get to all of those. You're asking, oh, which session should I watch? And I'm dealing with diabetes, and I'm getting there. I promise you I'm getting there. Alrighty, so I actually have a very special area inside Positive Prime, inside my dashboard, and indeed so do our coaches, those practitioners who've been through our certification program. They can see if their clients are actually viewing the session. So I can see some of my clients, thousands of sessions have been viewed. And guess what I can also see? Because they're clicking before and after, I can see that there are quite a lot of people, for example, have come in and they said that they're kind of feeling really happy. And I love this. In 900 plus instances, they're actually feeling better. In fact, 79%. I love it that 79% of the people who are already feeling amazing or wonderful actually feel better after their positive priming activity. I love it that this exercise helps us to make us brighter. Now, let me actually quickly explain that. If you want to dive deep into our science, we actually have lots of opportunities for you, and you could reach out to us and we will provide some special things. But let me see what are the most successful sessions of the last couple of days. Lots of people watching Being Happier. Lots of people are watching Train Your Brain for Abundance by Dana Weil. Actualize Your Full Potential by Bruce Barnes, Absolute Abundance by Kim Serafini, Unmute Yourself and Own Your Authority by Rich Osaguera. It is a brand new session. I absolutely love it. I want to show you. Oh yes, and Lion Goodman's Empower Your Beliefs. Such a fantastic session. Oh, look at this. People are watching Fabulously Fit. And they're also watching Start with Mindset, It Matters Most by Linda Camden. Oh, and this financial success and freedom session is absolutely fantastic. Let me just go down here and see if I can actually see what else. Cellular Healing, Sleep Easy by Michael Seepate. I love that one as well. The 2019 Super Mix, Leaving Shouldville, Making Peace with Your Past. That's Jackie Simmons, Loving Life. Oh, this is Dee Terrell's Happy Results in Fitness and Goal Achievement. Calm down, relax, and enjoy in achieving goals. There we go. All righty. So having said that, let's go back to our dashboard and let me go and show you a little of what's happening here with Rich Oseguera's. See, this is what I was talking about in terms of integrating your identity so that you can accelerate learning and transformation, so that change is more graceful and easy and beautiful for you. And so it happens organically, automatically, and naturally. You're just on autopilot to really and truly become better and become brighter. I mean, intellectually smarter, brighter. And I also mean within your disposition, brighter. And I also mean actually your future gets brighter. So you can personalize here. We are doing lots of updates to this area over the next couple of months. I'm a bit excited about it. I have thousands of images that I have actually uploaded. And so what would happen is that it would take just a little while for all of mine to load. So I'm going to leave that because we're actually here on Zoom, and sometimes it takes a little bit for, let me refresh this, for Zoom to catch up the bandwidth of the internet. And talking of the internet, let's actually discuss something really amazing that I was referring to. We have a brand new, how am I feeling now? I'm actually feeling quite powerful. Let me see if I can actually feel like there's an improvement after that. Okay, so we have received so much feedback about this music. People are saying it's fantastic. They love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And so do I. Rich actually showed us quite some fascinating options, but this was just the best. This is actually a really important message. But see this is actually your progress bar. The internet is a very interesting thing, and because this is not a movie and it's not a video, we are actually custom creating for you as you press play. It's literally designing the session immediately in that moment and delivering to you these, and in some cases it could be thousands and thousands and thousands of individual files. It's quite astonishing, okay? So I love it that we now have a progress bar. Sometimes, and in the past, we've seen a lot of black screens, particularly when, you know, I'll give you an example. I'm based in regional Australia. Yes, regional Australia. And we have some of the worst internet service in the world. Quite frankly, it's disgraceful. It certainly really adversely affects lots of tech entrepreneurs here in Australia. Well, interestingly enough, particularly on school holidays or after school has finished, all of a sudden, with millions of children wanting to be on TikTok, all of a sudden our internet collapses. It's almost like I can hardly have speed that I used to think was super slow even 5 or 10 years ago. And so it impacts the way that this incredibly sophisticated exercise is created. And so I've been seeing quite a lot of black screens. Well, we have completely redesigned what we are doing. Our tech team, headed up by Mario, have done a fabulous job. I'm so proud of them. I'm so happy. I'm also so relieved for you. And so if there's any buffering, there's now a really fantastic little icon that comes up that shows you that it's buffering. But you can also see down here, this is where I am, and it's actually buffering just a little bit ahead of me. We actually vary speed. So I really want to say this. Every single session that you start goes for 15 minutes as standard. And I watch, in most cases, at least 15 minutes. I'm going to show you why. Because I watch a lot of super mixes. And I actually watch custom created super mixes, like my own bespoke super mixes, those super mixes that have been tailored for me. And you have an opportunity to actually have a super mix. You can either pay us for one. We have that product. It's really simply available. or you can get it as a gift. It's a birthday gift on your annual renewal. It'll be after your 12th month or when you start your 13th month. But I'm going to explain to you a little bit more about that. So we have variable speed for a reason. I say to most people, if I'm on the telephone and I'm just sitting here, I can have a positive prime session showing, and I feel like it's a quantum physics experience. I actually feel like I can go full screen and I can just sit back and relax and I can have it flowing through me. It's actually like I'm the water. If you believe in Masaru Emoto's work, I'm the glass of water. Well, and I am in fact 70% water, as you may or may not know. Like the earth is more than 70% water, including all the oceans and lakes, etc. And the positive prime session is like the messages on the outside of the water glass. If you know that work by Masaru Emoto for the magic of water crystals, etc., and how thoughts affect matter. And so I am the water, and I'm watching the positive prime session, and it's actually just flowing through me. And it is, from a quantum physics point of view, transforming me. And so I'll have it down on speed 1 for a very particular reason, because that allows it to actually just really very gracefully move through me. Now, if I really am struggling, and I'll give you an example. Let's just say I wasn't yet a millionaire. Well, and I'm actually really proud of the fact that, of course, I've built this business and I've stayed focused and I've had lots of really great team members help me. And we have definitely surpassed making more than $1 million a year in revenues. Well, before that was the case, did I really think I am a millionaire? Probably not, because it wasn't the truth. And yet, if I saw a statement that says, I am a millionaire, and then I saw me, because I'd personalized it, and my identity was starting to wrap around it from a cognitive dissonance point of view, I actually modify all of my behavior and my attitudes and my approaches to life to bring me into alignment. So there's no more cognitive dissonance. There's only cognitive resonance. It's a remarkable force. Absolutely use it in your favor, right? Well, if I'm going to argue with that, and my brain needs to be, quite frankly, I need to move aside and get out of my own way, what I would do is I would actually watch a session faster. Now, I would do it in a way that honors me and allows me to feel like I'm in this very harmonious state. It's elegance. Honestly, it's elegance. So at a faster speed, I can't read the statements, but I'm taking in 11 million bits of information per second, and I'm attenuating or focusing on 40 bits of information. I'm allowing my reticular activating system to actually grasp the 40 bits of information that I've decided are important to me based upon how clear I've become about my goals and what it is that I want to accomplish. So the faster I go, the less I argue with these statements. Now, can you see I'm going so fast that this beautiful little animation has come up and it's telling me my system is buffering. I think it's probably because I'm also on Zoom and I've also got the video going. So that's actually incredibly heavy or dense for the internet between my device, which is brand new, and depending upon the age of your device and the type of device you're using, and its connection to your Wi-Fi and the Wi-Fi's connection to the network, and actually their connection to the servers, and it goes on and on and on. But what I can do, if this is taking a little while, is I can literally just go back down to speed 1. And I'll tell you what happens at speed 1. It starts to actually play again. And so what's happening is that I am hacking the way that the internet is working for me with Positive Prime. But let me just stop sharing for a second, because I want to give Positive Prime a chance, which means I really can't have anything else going on. I can't have other people in the house on video conferences. I can't have everybody else in the house on their devices watching YouTube videos or Netflix. I can't have everybody else in the office actually using all the bandwidth. I have to have closed down my mail and everything else like that. Alrighty, so very, very, very interesting what is going on. Now, let me go to a super mix, because I want to show you a super mix and I want to explain to you why I love super mixes. So let me go back to sharing the screen for a moment. Okay, so over here, there is a drop-down menu. And I, as you can see, have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of sessions, but I love super mixes. So let's just say I really want to focus on health at the moment. Health is wealth. Oh, no, I chose financial mastery. Do you know what? Sometimes I think the universe is actually causing me to choose something else. So I'm just going to go with it. And can you see in here, there's run time 15 minutes. But what if I actually made the run time 10 minutes or 5 minutes? But this is a super mix. So what is a super mix? A super mix is something that we create and we make available so that you don't have to watch 5 different sessions or 4 different sessions sequentially, one after the other, and allow each one to load and just concentrate on one. You can actually have them mixed and merged. You can have them, quite frankly, all in one. And so that's what a super mix is. I'm going to go back and actually just start here. 20 minutes. Now, in the mornings, on my laptop, in my bed, have this habit where I watch a super mix. As you can see, it's loading. This is a massive file because it has over 5,000 individual components to the actual experience. So this exercise is right now making for me an experience with more than 5,000 images. Let me just stop screen sharing for the moment because screen sharing really does tax the way that all internet works. So I'm really happy at the moment. And can you see that it is actually buffering out here? It's going to be ready to go soon, but you're going to see how fast this is. Now, I find that not very many children are actually on the internet at 6 o'clock in the morning. And so I usually have no troubles with buffering at 6 o'clock in the morning. Can you see how fast this is? Well, I promise you, this is a relaxing and surrendering and letting go and allowing opportunity. Just let it flood you. Let yourself be satiated and saturated in this. I promise you, your other than consciousness, your conscious, your super conscious, your subconscious, it's taking all of it in. Now breathe deeply, in for 4 deeply into your belly and out for 6 to 8. So I have very heavily personalized this. There's lots of photographs of me, highlights from my life, memories that make me feel I'm super blessed, lucky, and fortunate. There are memories in there that remind me that I've accomplished a lot, I've achieved a lot, and I will continue to do so. Only the highlights are in here because we get what we focus on. What we focus on, we create more of. It's absolutely extraordinary. What you're watching is phenomenal. It is such a disruptive innovation in terms of technology for transformation. I know I'm using these amazing words that are hyping it up, but if only and when you really understand how incredibly special this is, I think that you'll appreciate that it is phenomenal. It's remarkable. It is extraordinary what we are experiencing here. Now, interestingly enough, sometimes I'll watch a positive prime session and I'll say to myself, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And yes, 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 yes. You know how Anthony Robbins does anchors? We can do that. Yes, 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 yes. And you're saying yes to the universe. Yes to all your angels aligning all this. Yes to your higher self. Yes to your soul. You're asking your spirit to actually help you align the stars and get your ducks in a row. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, 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 thank you. Breathe it in and know the circumstances and situation, the conditions that are necessary so that you can experience all that you want in this lifetime time. It's up to you and your vibration, and you are in control of that. And if you sit here and watch this for 20 minutes or an hour, you are giving yourself a gift unlike any other. Breathe it all in and say yes, 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 yes to all of this, yes to all of this, and what's even better, that's in the best interests of our higher selves. Yes, 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 all of this, and what's even better and is in the interests of our higher selves. Yes, 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 yes. All righty. So let me stop screen sharing there for a second. I'm going to get out of that. And we're actually going to go and walk through some of the other sessions that I think are really, really, really interesting and valuable for you. Okay. So let me go and screen share again. And I'm going to go back to the dashboard. Oh, it's asking me, do I feel better? I absolutely do. All righty. So Dee Terrell's fitness and goal achievement session is absolutely fantastic. I recommend all of you watch it at least once a month. Maybe what you can do is, as you play the session, you can actually add it by clicking the little heart. Let me just go down here. I'm gonna go and show another one that might be in the leading area. Do you know, a lot of people have teams. A lot of our precious and very powerful positive primers have teams. This is a fantastic session. So if you would like all of your teams to be more productive and to perform at a higher level, to be, quite frankly, more harmonious, for them to gel in a different kind of way, for them to have an attitude that we're all in this together and 1 + 1 = 3, this is a great session. So let's just say you love this session. Well, what you might want to do, I'm going to say I feel neutral at the moment, is that I'm just muting this music for you. You can actually press love. I love this session. It's really important to me. I want to watch it every single day. And what's going to happen is it's going to go and put it over here in my sessions. Now, let's just say I'm busy this morning and I have only 3 or 5 minutes, and it's a minimum of 3 minutes that you want to watch a positive prime session for, a minimum of 3 minutes. Scientifically, we were able to prove that you need to watch a positive prime session for at least 3 minutes, and the affect will last for at least 6 to 8 hours. So your brain is positively primed, your state, your beingness, your body, the way that you are is positively primed for up to 6 to 8 hours. So let's just say I really don't have 15 minutes. I can just go and choose 5 minutes and watch it speed up for me. And now it's going to actually play inside 5 minutes. And so long as my internet speed is fantastic, that's possible. Woohoo! And if it's not, and it starts to buffer, I can simply look at that, slow it down, and I can go back to speed 1. Simple and easy. Alrighty. So who out there really wants to ask some questions about other positive prime sessions? Okay, some of you are feeling a bit like irky. Oh, and one of you is really fearful of, okay, alrighty. So, okay. All right, well, let me just go back here, and I'm going to show you there's a great session. And I'll go to the dashboard. I need to stop this one. All right, so let me just say, we've got one that helps you if you're really introverted like me, and you actually do find it quite difficult, and you might have social anxiety, and you know that networking is really important for you and your future, and maybe it's also essential for your business. Well, you might want to watch this one called Social Connection, and it will actually really help you with developing a broader, richer network. Okay, one of you's also asked about your health and well-being. Okay, so you're dealing with pre-diabetes. Wow, well, there's a lot for you to choose from. I'm going to say Wonderful Wellness is an excellent one. It is actually going to reinforce the way that you want to be. Wonderful Wellness is awesome. Do you know there's a lovely lady who's a really nice friend of mine, and she has created one called Living Well. Her name's Jackie Isles. She actually has she calls herself Nurse Jackie. She effectively deals with Hashimoto's disease. She really understands how to heal that completely and wholly and fully. She's actually very successful as somebody who coaches people and creates wellness programs for families. She's very heavily involved in doTERRA essential oils, but it's a fantastic session. Do you know, that makes me also think of Jana. So Jana Danielson has actually created an incredible session. We're about to release a new story about Jana, and I'm so excited for you to watch it. This I Am Impact session, I think, is absolutely sensational. I mean, I love watching it. It really gives me an uplift. And I would dare say that if you can really take to heart the statements, it will put you in very good stead. Very, very, very good stead. Now, talk about, stories. If you have not watched Christine Tiley's story yet, I encourage you to do so. This particular link that I'll put into the chat, and we'll put it into the comments in our social media posting of the video from today. Well, this particular session is a very private session that's available only to those people who are in her team. And there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people who are in her team. She's very, very, very successful in the direct sales world. And she's actually won a national award amongst hundreds of thousands of other direct sales leaders. She really is a beautiful soul, above and beyond anything, like an absolute delight. One of those sweet human being. We are blessed by Christine Tiley being in our community. And so I'm going to encourage you to read her story and to scroll down and make sure that you watch the podcast interview. What she has to say is, I think it's going to shock a few people to their core. Betty and I had great deal of pleasure actually doing this podcast. And we've got lots of these stories that are emerging, and we are creating more and more of them. So if you've got an incredible story about how you're sharing Positive Prime in the world as an affiliate, in fact, shall I show you that? I think that there aren't very many people who actually know very much about our affiliate program. Let me just come back and show you where you'd find that actually. And so here, you could actually come down and you could share Positive Prime with a referral code, right? So this is actually my referral code. And if I go here and I copy and paste it and I share this and I say, hey, I really would love for you to trial Positive Prime, but there's actually another way you can also do it. So I'm sure that you all know that all of our precious Positive Primers have the ability to, at the moment, leverage their primary account and share and invite with 4 others. It's really 5 for 1. So if you go up here to the top right-hand corner, you'll see that you can invite some people. Well, you can invite 4 people. And you know what? If you want to share it with somebody and you're not sure whether they're going to love it, you could have a conversation with them about what Positive Prime is and about how much you love it and the value you're actually getting from it and what results you're actually experiencing for yourself. And then you could actually extend an invitation to them. But you could do so and say, look, I'll give you a month. You just have a look for a month. You have access to all the same content that I do. You have access to the ability to actually, quite frankly, personalize, watch the super mixes and so forth. Now, let's just say you note that somebody you've shared one of these invitations with, and they are indeed quite valuable, is not using it. You can go in and you can retract the invite and you can extend that invite again. And so if somebody loves it, what you might encourage them to do is go and click upgrade account, and they can actually choose this for themselves and they can opt in for $19 a month. Then they will have the opportunity for 5 for 1. And that's at the moment. So that's a very special opportunity at the moment in this stage of our Positive Prime journey. As a company, we're at this point where we're really happy for everybody to have the 5 in 1 deal. And if you need any help, please reach out to us. As you know, support@positiveprime.com. There's probably a few other things that I could cover, but I think that that's most importantly what's here for us today. There are some other sessions where I have done more of an interactive group mentoring class, gathering, coaching opportunity. And today was a presentation, but we are doing more and more ask me a question. If you're struggling with anything, or if you've got an opportunity and you really want to unlock yourself. In fact, I'm going to say this. Do you know, there's another Kim I'm going to show you. Let's just say you're about to go to a really important presentation. I would say to you, absolutely watch Improving Performance by Kim Jackson. It's a coincidence her name is Kim. It's also a coincidence she's also Australian. She lives in Los Angeles. She's a very successful coach. She helps actors to really professionalize and make money as actors, and not just be actors in Hollywood who are out of work and bussing tables or whatever the stories are. So this particular session for Kim Jackson is one that she encourages her clients to watch before their auditions, and it's incredibly successful. She has amazing stories about the people who watch Positive Prime sessions, and I'm talking about some very famous celebrities as well. So if you want to prepare yourself for a presentation, I would watch Kim Jackson's. Now there is another Kim. It's Kim spelt like hymn, as in songs in church. And in worshiping and gospels, and Dr. Kim Harvin. I'm not saying that she's actually part of the gospel scene. What I am saying is her name is spelled K-Y-M-N. She's actually a professor at a university in New York, and she teaches in the MBA program. Very, very, very clever lady, very clever lady. But what's even, no buts, and what's even more remarkable, or quite frankly, greater than that, is that she is a gift to humanity. And this particular session, Your Soul Speaks, is so powerful. It's really potent. So give yourself the opportunity. Take some time and watch this session in the next week. I encourage you to. Your Soul Speaks will literally make you feel so much better. And on that note, we really, 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 really love you. And we want the best for you, including ourselves. We are so, 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 so grateful for you. Positively prime yourself today and become the positive emotional contagion in the world. As you become more peaceful within, you actually exude peace and you bring about peace on the planet. You have the ability to impact the people that you connect with, and even the people who, quite frankly, you're just in the presence of. There is so much new science to show that who we are as an energetic force literally does impact all of those people who are around us. Be the most exquisite version of yourself. Be the most generous and kind. Be the most amazing. Be a blessing in other people's lives. Positively prime yourself, and it's so much easier. Positively prime yourself, and the changes that you want to see in your life, that you become, you can do so with ease and grace and joy and speed. You deserve that. We all deserve that. So thank you, 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 thank you. And I will see you at the next one of these live gatherings where we get to share. I promise you the next one, if you're brave and you actually reach out and you say, hey, I'm going to attend and I really want you to address this, we'll make it much more interactive and not just this presentation. I really want to encourage you to step up and step out, because what you want solutions for, I can almost guarantee to you there are thousands of others in our global community who also want that solution, and they want to hear and they want to feel and they want to see what will help them. And you can make that happen. Bye. Love you. Ciao.